In this opportunity, we are going to learn about the verb have and the verb to be. We are going to use these verbs if we want to describe the physical appearance, our physical appearance or of someone else. For example, if I say, I am tall or I am slim, what verb I am using? Exactly the verb to be. But if I say, I have black eyes or I have straight hair, what verb I am using? Exactly the verb have. So remember, we can use the verb have and the verb to be to describe our physical appearance. Don't forget it. Remember something, that if we want to make sentences using the simple present tense and the verb have, we need to consider something important. If we are going to use the subject pronouns he, she, and it, the verb have will be modified. We are going to use has instead of have. But when we are going to use the subject pronoun he, she, and it, so we are going to say he has, she has, and it has. Don't forget this information. Now, we are going to use the verb have to. We are going to use this verb when we want to express responsibility or necessity for doing something. For example, I have to travel tomorrow, or I have to get up early, or he has to do his homework. Okay? Do you understand? Excellent. But when we want to make negative sentences using the verb have in simple present tense, we are going to use two auxiliaries. In this case, negative auxiliaries. They are doesn't and don't. But teacher, how can I use these negative auxiliaries? Doesn't and don't. We are going to use these negative auxiliaries depending of the subject pronouns. Exactly, depending on the subject pronouns. If we are going to use the subject pronoun he, she, or it, our negative auxiliary will be doesn't. So we are going to say he doesn't have, she doesn't have, or it doesn't have. And we are going to complete our sentence. But if we use the subject pronouns I, you, they, and we are going to use the negative auxiliary don't. So we can say I don't have to, you don't have to, they don't have to, or we don't have to, and we complete our sentence. That's right? Excellent. We can use the verb have to make sentences. But also we can use the verb have to make questions. If we want to make questions using the verb have, we are going to use two auxiliaries. In this case, we are going to use the auxiliaries do and does. But we are going to use this auxiliary depending on the subject pronouns that we are going to use. For example, if we use the subject pronouns he, she, or it, our auxiliary will be does. For example, does he, does she, or does it? For example, does he have to travel tomorrow? It's a question. But if we use the subject pronouns I, you, they, or we are going to start our question with the auxiliary do. Do I, do you, do they, or do we have to? And we are going to complete our question. For example, do you have to check your email? And the answers for these questions can be positive or negative. For example, does she have to check her notes? The questions can be yes, she does, or no, she doesn't. If we say, do they have to clean their bedroom? The answer can be positive or negative. If is positive, the answer is yes, they do. And if is negative, the answer is no, they don't. So that's all for today, dear students. We are seeing the next class, so continue practicing your English lessons and we are seeing the next class. Goodbye.